Good day, YouTubers. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from all around the world. How do you get lines on your drums? This is the metal strapping that holds the wooden drum together. It's built in slats that are heated and beat into place so that it makes a watertight seal. Sort of like the planking on a ship. So I am cheating. I'm good at that when it comes to model making. Instead of taking a paintbrush and trying to paint that nice smooth line there, I'm going to drill a little hole here right in the middle, making sure my drill is straight up and down and the bit's right in the center. And making sure it's straight up and down and the bit's right in the center is the key to making this work easy. Then I lay the drill down so it's not moving around while I pull the trigger. I tried using a fine tip marker, but it jumps over the edge of this little rib, so this works a lot better. The plans call for it to be gray. Now I'm making it rusty black. And that's it. Put the drill in reverse and grab this. Pull it off. There you go. So that's pretty easy to do those. I haven't figured out how I'm going to do these yet. I could drill a hole in the bottom, I guess, because we're going to set this on the deck. Put some cannonballs in it. And put a handle on it. So let's try that. As long as it sets flat and we drill straight. I'm grabbing it with the pliers so it can't move while I'm drilling. Should be able to do this. Oh! I pushed a little too hard because this drill is heavy enough. It's hard to control. That's not going to work. Just pushing on the bucket with a marker. I guess if you stay there long enough, it'll transfer. So I don't like the way that came out. Marking wise, it's okay, but the fact that we split the bucket and it didn't stay straight while we were marking it would be an ongoing problem to do a bunch of them that way. So maybe if I take a needle or a pin and stick it in there and then put that in the drill, I don't know if it would grab it good enough to make it stay turning right. The drill bit's not a bad idea, but obviously it's too easy to crack it. Let's see if this will work or not. Well, the drill should grab the pin because I put little dinky drill bits in this drill before, and I've got a Dremel I could use too. If this is made out of wood, so that feels like it grabbed it as it went in there. Let's see if the drill can grab it now. I gotta cut that head of the pin off. That's not letting it go in the chuck right. Okay. Might not work because the pin may slip. Yeah, like that. So the pin doesn't grab it like a drill bit does. So let's try a smaller drill bit maybe. Looking for my little tweezers. I hate to use this little one because I just ordered some more 1mm 2 sets of 10. This is 1.4, so I don't think I'll break it, but these are a lot smaller or stronger than them other ones. Might work. The smaller bit helps it keep from cracking the bucket, I guess. So now let's see if we can mark it like we did the others. Yeah, a lot easier than painting. That's good enough as far as I'm concerned. Okay, so we got to do all the rest of them. And we got to glue some planks together and make up some crates. So let me putz away with these. Get them all marked up. Okay, we got them all marked up. Now I'm dropping cannonballs right and left. The plans told us to take a little rag and put it around something or put it in there to give a false bottom that's higher than the bottom is. So I just took some dowel material. Yeah, it was about this diameter here. And I cut some little, probably 2 or 3 millimeters long pieces. And then just set them down in there to act as a false bottom. So it doesn't take near as many cannonballs to fill it up. I keep dropping them everywhere. So after we get these glued in there, we'll tie some string on for a handle. Figures the last one. Maybe that shouldn't be the last one. Maybe I should have 2 or 3 more in there. I don't want to block off where the string's going to go through. For the handle though, and we put one more right there. Yeah, quit while you're ahead. See how that's sucked down in there? I'm going to do some over here and then set that last ball on top of this. Cannon shot. So now we got to tie on some handles. We do need one ball right there, don't we? The details are endless. I did go back and put a little dab on the outside edge going down into the bucket, so because I noticed that the whole pile of cannonballs, even though they were glued together, would fall out of the bucket if they weren't glued into the bucket. The balls absorbed all the glue around them, but they didn't stick to the bucket itself. So, well, I got a few cannonballs left over, but we'll figure out something to do with them later on. So now let's get some of the right thread, the right color, and see if we can thread up some handles that's not too ugly looking. Okay, so we started out by, I cut some templates that were size specified by the plans, and then I used those templates to cut a whole bunch of boards at that length, and I made up like 5 or 6 of this size, and then 4 of the little shorter ones. Glued all the boards together, let them set overnight, and then I took all of them over to the belt sander and sanded the cut edge so it was straight, and then glued it up. But for whatever reason, one shorter board was too much, so I had to split it in the middle. I'm going to look into that some more, but instead of messing with these as individual pieces now, I'm going to follow directions. I don't like to follow directions if the directions are too complicated. I'll try to come up with a better way to do something. I got to make 5 of these boxes, and 2 out of the 5 are a little smaller than this size, so there's a myriad of sizes. And then to make it even worse, I got to trim out the sides and the ends of the box with some framing boards that are 1.5 millimeters square and lengths of the, so that's going to be a pain in the butt too. So in the meantime, I went ahead and glued up two sets here and calculated how much cuts I'm going to get out of the sets so that I can finish making 4 more of these boxes. And I'll try to get them glued up like this one is, which I think would be easier to work with as far as putting the braces on the outside. A 1 by 1.5 millimeter. Yeah, probably this one right here. But I got to border all 4 sides on the face with a piece of this and cut them to fit nice and neat. So there'll be 1, 2, 3, 4 sides that have to get this stuff on them. That's going to take a while. So with them glued up like this, I let this dry overnight. I just put this together and stuck it down here on the wax paper, and we'll cut this up on the little bandsaw that we got, little oscillating jigsaw, and sand up the edges so we can glue the boxes together. Try to get all 5 of them glued together as a unit before we go putting these brace boards on the outside. in the meantime of letting these dry, I went ahead with the final step on these buckets with the cannonballs in there, and they wanted us to put a handle on the bucket, and there's some little holes in the side of that raised area to do that. So let me see if I can zoom in here. It doesn't focus near as good when it's zoomed in, does it? I don't know what the deal with that. It should focus. Just tying like 4 or 5 granny knots on one side, and then pulling that up, and I'm going to use a little dowel as a template as I tie this other side, so they'll all be the same. And I'm going to tie a bunch of granny knots over here, put some super glue on the knot, cut the tail off, and then move to the next one. So I got 2 done already, and it's a little tedious, but it's not near as bad as these boxes are going to be. A lot of cutting and shaping in order to get that finished look. I don't know what they had planned to put in there, but I don't have very many cannonballs left, probably 15 or so. So I can't imagine all them boxes are for cannonballs, but we'll put something in there. I got some gold flakes. Maybe we can fill them up with gold flakes. It look like they're hauling treasure. Well, it's not a treasure box though, is it? So let me continue on with these things. It's going to take days for making these boxes. That's why I was taking a little break from the boxes to finish up these buckets for the cannonballs. And it's Friday already. So before we sign off, let's go oh my stand is falling apart here. Let's go look at the hens. You know, last week or the week before that, I planted some lagoons. We've already harvested them and then planted another group of lagoons. They're just now starting to pop up. And we gave them to the chickens. I had to mow grass yesterday. All right, there they are. Supposedly that one's going to lay some colored eggs. I can't remember the name of the color. And one of them's a Rhode Island red, and the other one is a, oh my gosh, it's supposed to lay blue eggs. The one in the back there. So we'll have 3 different color eggs from these 3 hens You can see how big they gotten. I gave them some treats this morning. They've already devoured everything except the carrot stubs. But they're doing pretty good. I gotta check their feed today. The big girls are all in the house. I gave them a husk of a watermelon yesterday. They've already wolfed through that thing. What are they doing in here? Oh, they must be looking through, watching the other ones. Okay, we got one on the nest. Two on the nest. Good. That means we're going to get at least 2 eggs today. Hopefully. I know one of the big reds is laying big eggs. And we averaged 3 eggs last week every day, I think. So we're doing pretty good on eggs now. Well, we got 2 operators that are running the factory, making eggs. Thanks for watching.